Okay, Bailey, choose a cooking specialist. Which we don't really need, but we're gonna do it anyway. Courtney is? Oh, she's helping you choose. Okay.
Help me choose. Choose in my sights.
Bet she appreciates that a lot. Jocelyn, you became the cooking expert. You were just right next to her. Okay, Jocelyn, reading through this problem, how many eggs does it take to make cookies? No. Read the box. That'd be a lot of that'd be a lot of eggs for cookies. Good. Oh, good start. And how about a cake? Perfect. That made you the expert. Listen, I'm not either, but I can read it. I can read instructions. Okay, Jocelyn, choose somebody else. Quinn. See, this is the problem about having to go sit by your friends. Now you're just going to choose somebody one desk away every time. Okay, Quinn. We've got an old-timey name here, Magdalena. She has 24 eggs. If she only made cakes, how many could she make?
8.
Okay, you got that by doing what? Perfect. She could make 8 cakes. Next person. Maddie? Same question, but cookies. If she only made cookies, how many could she make? How many batches? I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah,
12, yep. Okay. Next person who actually finally has to do some math. Who do we have? Alize? Okay. If Magdalena makes 6 batches of cookies, how many cakes can she make, and how did you figure it out? And we can give you some assistance if you need it or want it.
6 batches equals like 6 cookies?
No. So in the directions, a batch of cookies is 2 eggs. Anytime cookies reference, it's 2 eggs.
Wait.
How many eggs would it take to make 6 batches of cookies? Let's go with that.
Wow.
Good? So it would take 12 eggs for 6 batches, and we started off with 24 eggs. That leaves us with a dozen yet, so how many cakes can that dozen make? Was that you that said that?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay, but the answer was still correct.
Yeah.
You divide by 3, you get 4 cakes. Okay, so essentially, we're basically kind of figuring out combinations of cookies and cakes that would use up 24 eggs. We're gonna pretend this is a situation that, you can't have leftovers. Whatever. We are gonna have a question similar to this on the test, so I'm trying to make sure that you guys get this down. Does anybody want me to go through this one again? Okay? Because the next line is kind of where there's a jump. It says, let X be the number of cakes. Let Y be cookies. And if you have to use all 24 eggs, we have to write an equation for that. Anybody have any thoughts? There's a lot of yawning going on here. I'm not holding you at fault. Most of you woke up like half hour ago. You guys make some really exciting recordings too. I'm sure the kids I'm sure the kids in 4th, 5th, and 6th hour when they watch it just love listening to this.
Oh, shoot.
Every day? Every day 1st hour gets recorded. Every single day I teach something, I record it so that when you're gone, you can watch it.
Why 4th, 5th, and 6th hour? You said.
Oh, I'm not gonna record every single hour. I teach the
I
same
bet they
thing.
enjoy watching this. You said they watch it.
That's also Algebra 1.
Oh.
So if somebody is absent,
Oh.
if somebody is absent, they watch the recording. The
So you
recording,
record the entire class period?
yeah. No, just when I teach.
Ashley.
Yeah.
So, wait, where's the camera?
That little logo right there says stop. Whenever that's going, it's being recorded. Haven't you ever noticed me clicking the record right before I start every time?
No.
Oh,
I'm not using it.
okay.
So they just saw you like,
I'll spot this for you guys. So it's got to equal 24 eggs, because that's all we have. The only thing we're actually talking about during the problem is the number of eggs. Okay? X and Y stand for how many cakes, how many cookies, but the equation itself is just talking about eggs. So, Nora, how many eggs does a cake take? It says at the top of the page, in the box. Three. So 3 eggs times the number of cakes you make. So that would tell you how many eggs were dedicated towards cakes. And then we're gonna have another one that's how many eggs are dedicated towards cookies, and together it's gotta be 24. So, I bet somebody can figure this one out. Actually, I forgot to have, Alize, you never got to call on anybody, I don't think. I think you were the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, pick somebody for me to finish this off.
Reese, that one.
Reese, what should I write right here? How many eggs are dedicated toward a batch of cookies?
2.
2. So I would multiply it times the number of batches of cookies times 2 eggs per batch. The first half is dedicated towards the number of eggs towards a cake, second towards cookies, and we know we only have 24. So this is how you can set up an equation. Now what we're getting at, Tyson, what we're getting at is that we're going to have equations that aren't going to look like slope and intercept. So the last half of this packet, this is going to be called standard form. I'm not sure if you guys have ever had to do anything with standard form before. Have you? So some of you for sure, but maybe not everybody. Slope and intercept is the most common way you write an equation, because it tells you where you start and how you're changing. But this is another way of writing an equation, which usually works best when the 2 items you have change information a lot. So this is called standard form. I would probably put that note in your notes, so that when we're taking the test and all of a sudden you see a question that says, write this in standard form or something like that,
Can we use our packet, or is it just like our brain on the test?
your packet. We've gotten to use it on the tests we've taken so far. Trimester 2, you guys will make a cheat sheet for the tests. Trimester 3, nothing. So the goal is to gradually get you to the point where you're getting ready for tests on your own. Are you asking me something? No, you're not. Okay, Reese, I need somebody that's gonna come up here and graph this.
Oh.
I was watching like 4 hours.
Courtney
Courtney?
Like from things 12.
Courtney, we gotta graph this. I'll let you just tell it to me if that's easier, or if it's easier, just come up.
I don't know how to do it.
Oh, okay. So if we look at the picture, the bottom is number of cakes, the side is number of cookies. Okay? Why don't we take the first two pieces of information? So if we made only cakes, how many only cakes could we have made? I think that was number 2. 8. So I'm gonna go put the point 8, 0. Because that would say 8 cakes, 0 cookies. And where would the other point go? 12 where? But you're right. Would I put it over here on the bottom or up here on the side? Side, because this would mean 12 cookies, 0 cakes. Okay, good. Last question, do you remember how many points we needed to draw a line? Oh. I thought we had this discussion the other day. Maybe that was a different hour. How many points do we need to make the line? Does anybody know? If I am to draw a straight line, why wouldn't you just say it? It looks like you're like giving me a bad sign or something, but 2 points. So if you have 2 points drawn, you can make the line without needing more information. I mean, that's how usually we draw a line anyway. Usually we make a y-intercept and then we draw the slope and make a point and then continue it. This works the same. This is how we're going to graph standard form. They're actually a lot faster to graph than slope and intercept, because it's pretty quick to find the answers on the axes, the intercepts, and then just make the line between them. Okay, and then the last person, who's that going to be, Courtney? Jersey. Actually, we should have started with her because she came in late.
Oh.
But lucky for her, I was also late. Jersey, I don't even know how to pronounce that, probably Dashiell. It says the equation of this line is 12 minus 1.5x. Do you agree?
No.
No? How come?
I don't know, it just doesn't seem right.
Thank you for the detailed information, Jersey. Okay, Jersey, do you remember what the 12 stands for? The number by itself in an equation?
Cookies.
You are correct. It is the y-intercept.
Oh, yeah.
But in this problem, that's cookies. Okay? So I would say it starts at 12. So it sounds like probably the portion you may or may not know is slope. So Jersey, do you want somebody else to help me with the slope part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Bailey.
That's actually perfect because I was going to make you call on her if you didn't pick. Bailey, you haven't answered for a long time. Okay. How would I figure out a slope of negative 1.5? Because normally we don't write it that way. Normally we would write minus 3 over 2x. This was just last week. Okay, Bailey, who's going to save us? Somebody held on for a while. Scarlett. Oh, really? Does anybody know? Should I just ask? Does anybody know the answer to, like, how do we figure out if that's a slope of negative 3 over 2? Because a lot of you seem to have forgotten. Oh, were you pointing to her?
No, I was like,
Just so lost. Down 3 over 2.
Yep.
See if it like matches.
We're just going to go down 3 over 2 repeatedly and see if it hits that point. Down 3 from 12 would be 9. Over 2 would be right there. Down 3 over 2. Down 3 over 2. Down 3 over 2. If you didn't, it sounds like a lot of people here did not know how to graph negative 3 over 2. Either that or they just didn't want to answer, which is also possible. You definitely need to know how to do that for the test.
Wait, where'd you get negative 3 over 2?
So the problem wrote it as negative 1.5, and we usually don't graph as decimals. We usually graph as fractions.
So 1.5 into a fraction is negative 3 over 2.
Negative 1.5 is negative 3 over 2. 3 divided by 2 would be 1.5 times.
Okay.
If we would have graphed negative 1.5, we would have gone down 1.5 squares to the right 1 square. Okay. We are starting gently on this topic. So the very next page is a problem similar to this, but Little Caesars, I think. And it's set up similar, but you're supposed to come up with all the info on your own with different numbers. And then tomorrow we will go more into this topic.
What's the answer to the question?
Oh, sorry. Yes. You're right. I totally forgot to answer it. It is the same because we started with 12 and we did the slope repeatedly and it hit the same spots. Okay.